Simon, when you look at it, Ravel is in there. Wayne is saying he's largely misunderstood, Ravel Morrison. I've got to somehow try and find a way to get the best out of him. Phil Jagielka, of course you know Phil. Danny, 38 years of age, and he was trying to do them a turn as well. He's unable to sign a centre-back at the moment.
Yep.
It all adds up
to a difficult time.
A bit of a dreary time at Derby. Yeah. And you think, well, in what direction is it going to go? Because the season is not upon us, but it's darn near it.
Yeah. Look, I mean, Derby's got a series of problems because obviously we covered it quite extensively with the purported takeover by Eric Alonso. You know, I spoke to Mel. Mel was of the impression the guy had substance. We felt that he had substance. We got him on air. We thought we had an exclusive. It turns out to be a clown and all talk. You look at the decisions that are being made. Mel clearly doesn't want to be there anymore. They've got their financial stability unwinding a little bit. Not so much as stability, but the nature of their accountancy principles have been put through the mill. They've been sanctioned for that. They've got to be sanctioned again, I suspect, because they've got to restate their accounts because of the way that they valued their players previously has now been sanctioned by the EFL. I think they've got a $100,000 fine, haven't they? And they're going to get now a restated set of accounts. They've got to refile their accounts with the new accountancy principles, which probably will take them, this is supposition, but probably will take them into breach of financial fair play, which will then get them points sanctions, right?
So that's the landscape.
They probably start the season with something like Sheffield Wednesday had last year, right? Which, you know, was the ultimate reason why they stayed in the Championship, is because Sheffield Wednesday got a 6-point penalty. Otherwise, Derby would be languishing in League One. Yeah. With Wayne Rooney being in part responsible for it because he doesn't know how to manage that football club, because he hasn't got the experience to do it and he hasn't got the calibre of player around. Ravel Morrison, we commented on him last week, and Ravel got a little bit upset with me on Twitter and saying it's because of people like me that he doesn't get a fair rap. Well, you know, 12 clubs, 11 years, 98 games, go work out why it's perhaps not worked for you, because I don't think anyone doubts the fact that he has a significant amount of talent. But Danny will tell you far better than me, it's not all about talent. It's about application. It's about discipline. It's about mental strength. And I think ultimately, if he's been at 12 clubs over 11 years, and played 98 games, there's something wrong, isn't there? Because, you know, it can't be everybody else. And I don't know if he's the answer, but you never know. You know, they might get a tune out of him, and he'll go and prove people like me wrong or right by turning up to Derby and being significant. The challenge for Derby for me is if Mel wants to go, which he does, right, then you're a little bit rudderless, because you haven't got the guy at the top who's a standard bearer that's engaged anymore because he wants out the door. And you've seen it many times over. You've seen the decline of Aston Villa. You've seen the decline of Sunderland when the landlord, when the owner becomes an absentee landlord, right? And I'm not suggesting Mel Morris is falling into that category, but he won't want to be there anymore. He's trying to find his way out. And then you've got a manager in Wayne Rooney that, without a shadow of a doubt, was an outstanding footballer. Put him into the framework of a Championship club that's in structurally in disarray. He is clueless how to operate in that. Not because he's clueless, not because he's thick.
Who wouldn't be?
Someone that's got experience.
How do you pick your way through this?
Well, somebody that's got experience of managing those sort of circumstances. If you put someone like, I'm not suggesting that he's available in his current this day and age, but if you put someone like Steve Coppell in there, right, who's managed football clubs that have been in financial crisis, managed Crystal Palace when they were in administration before I bought the football club, guys that know their way around, that know how to work the marketplace, know how to put a coaching. He's got the blind leading the blind. He's got a young coaching set up alongside him that are learning at their time. Derby can't afford people to learn. They haven't got any time. They need people that actually know what they're doing. To be able to hold as much of the football operation together as they possibly can, while the financial operation gets itself sorted and the ownership structure gets itself sorted. You need people that can go in there and galvanise it, not people that can compound it. And Wayne, with the greatest will in the world, compounded the problem last year, because when it came on top, which is how you judge somebody, the last 12 games, I think they took 7 points out of the last 12 games, and they should have gotten relegated. If Sheffield Wednesday hadn't had a 6-point penalty, and Cardiff hadn't scored a goal in the 88th minute.
You can see, Simon, that Rooney assumed an absolute Horlicks caused by Cocu.
Look,
Cocu took them into the territory they went in.
Caused by a variety of parts. It's the sum of all its parts, isn't it? The players aren't doing their job and aren't good enough. The manager clearly wasn't fit for purpose at that particular football club, although he came with a decent reputation. The ownership situation isn't perfect. That means you do not parachute somebody in there that could not find his backside with both hands in management terms.
If you've got no contracted player or centre-halves, was that what they said? No contracted centre-halves and half a squad?
Yeah.
You do well having David Copperfield in there is not going to keep you.
Well, that's it, Danny. I mean, who'd be a Derby fan?
Jim White and Simon Jordan, Monday to Thursday morning, 10 till 1 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.